There's an audio equipment vendor here, Anthony J. Lennon, and he told Mr. Keith, I remember that we were doing Catskills and there were a couple of rangers at the gate. This is the park entrance off Loma Vista. I could tell by the look on their faces that there was something up, something wrong. Nobody was really saying anything, so we set up everything in the pool area off the top parking lot for the Catskills show. Now, back then, when you went to the restroom, you had to come down from up top to the AFI lot because the new restrooms weren't built yet. So I walked down the hill and I remember passing the willow pond where the turtles are, and I see this older gentleman on the bench just sitting there. I just thought he was feeding the turtles. I went to the restroom, and when I came back out, Steve Clark is standing near the exit and he tells me it's been a difficult morning. We had an elderly gentleman shoot himself over by the pond. And I said, I just saw somebody sitting on the bench. And Steve says, that's impossible because the bench was just moved back and we cordoned it off. And I was like, what? I just saw this guy sitting on the bench. Steve also told me the man's body had already been taken away, but the area was still cordoned off to the public to wash away the blood. I said again, Steve, I just saw somebody, an older gentleman, sitting there at the bench. And I remember he looked like he was maybe in his 50s, maybe 60-ish. He had on like a tweed jacket. I don't know about his pants. But to me, he resembled an older gentleman that was maybe out for his morning walk and he was sitting there feeding the turtles. In fact, the man who killed himself was in his 50s. He was wearing a dark colored jogging suit, according to Clark Fogg, the crime scene investigator. Anthony continued, I didn't see anything cordoned off when I first walked past it. And this was the point that I was going to make, or I was going to ask. If the area was cordoned off and there's blood everywhere that they need to wash away, you would think that Anthony would have seen that on the way to the restroom and like people there, crime scene tape, something. But it's like he sees the scene before it actually happens. How does that happen? This is why I love the paranormal. Can't explain it.